we begin with ourselves. It's just about I don't know about what is it 4 p.m. here, and so the sun is going down, and you are a good hour outside the eastern gates of the town of Vallaki, the walled town of Vallaki. There are some handouts and I can give you to show you a little bit of what it looks like from this vantage point. Let's see. The town of Vallaki. Here we go. So you got that view there.
Beautiful.
Down the road, yes, nestled between the mountains there. There's a large lake, Lake Zarovich, to the north. You can see on the map there. A pretty large and deep lake. Let's see. Do I have anything else in the way of immediate handouts? I don't think so. Okay, so here on the road outside of the town, or as you approach, you up ahead in the road a little bit. You see an overturned stagecoach in the distance. So on the road,
Do you see people?
No, you can't see any people, nor do you see horses or anything like that. But it is still a distance ahead. Let's call it 500 feet ahead on the road. So it's you're not exactly right upon it yet.
Have an odd place to park a wreck, isn't it?
Something tells me they didn't park it, but that's just my educated guess.
It is turned on its side.
Very badly parked.
Like I said, educated guess.
Yes.
Looks like a kid parked it.
I'll start just going towards it. What does the carriage look like? Is it just like
it's a well-to-do. Looks like a noble's carriage. At this distance, you can't make out that kind of detail, but it seems to be in good condition or well kept anyway.
Yeah. I'll go check out what happened to it.
All right. So again, you can see that the horses are gone, and when you get a little closer, you can see that the fastenings there for the horses have actually been broken, and lying in the brush some 10 feet away is the finely attired figure of a man. He appears to be unconscious, having hit his head on a nearby rock, it looks like.
Well, I'm out. I'm tapped for healing, but there's an unconscious man in the ditch.
Alright, so I could, we're gonna have a long rest soon, aren't we? Pretty please?
Or at least a short one. Something. Yes, we need long.
Okay, I can do cure wounds on him.
Well,
I have a spell slot.
He actually regains consciousness as you start to draw near him. Upon seeing you, he scrambles away in fear, thinking you to be highwaymen, apparently, and is asking, "Please don't hurt him. Take whatever you want from the coach."
Oh, fantastic! He's stupid.
But where are the horses?
We're not here to hurt you. We're just travelers to Vallaki, and we saw you might be in some trouble.
He kind of straightens and regains his composure a little bit and says, "Oh, very good. Thank you. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Vasily von Holtz. Could I request your assistance in getting an escort to Vallaki?"
We can see Vallaki from here, right?
Yes, it's just really 2 miles up the road, I think.
You can certainly join us.
If you are headed that direction, I would appreciate the safety that numbers bring.
Now that he's not laying on the ground, his accent has returned.
So can I do an inside check on him just to be sure?
Absolutely. Yeah, he appears completely genuine.
Because sometimes bandits will like play
Right.
dead and then
Right.
they're.
He explains that that wolves spooked his horses and they bucked and broke free, and he was thrown from the wagon as it went over, and that's the last he remembers. He has no idea where the horses could be now.
Everett's very disappointed. Which, do you see anything in the wagon?
He actually gets up and removes a black case from the overturned stagecoach before setting off with you.
What does Vasily von Holtz look like?
I think I might have a handout. Let me see.
It was 3 minutes ago, and I already forgot his name, so thank you for repeating it.
Let's see.
That's
Player
okay.
Handouts.
I made far too much time. I spent far too much time making fun of this guy in the last campaign, so I know his name well.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that I have a handout. I should have a handout. That's the kind of handout I should have.
Yeah, whatever you do,
Von
don't
Holtz.
Google him. It's both hilarious and a spoiler.
Right. Vasily is a well-to-do middle-aged man, good-looking. Obviously has lived the life of a nobleman. He's got all the fineries in clothing and in manicure.
Finally, someone who gets it.
He looks fancy. I'm not used to fancy. Where is fancy? Just realized that.
What did you say he's wearing?
He's wearing the finery of a noble.
Is it in good shape?
Yes, he is. He's a handsome man, for sure.
No, I meant is the clothing in good shape?
Yes, certainly.
So I'm going to go up to him and tell him I admire his clothing and that I'm in that trade myself and I recognize good work when I see it.
He says there is a clothier in the town of Valaki called Endless Delights that he recommends. He gets much of his work done there.
Very
So
good.
you're from Valaki.
Yes, I have home there.
Oh,
Where are you coming from?
I was doing some of my accounting work, and I was in the village of Raznu, and I was coming back before the winter sets in.
finally, a town that appreciates the finer points of life. Oh.
Well, maybe you're
Taking a little back, and he's going to go walk with Chove.
Sorry, what were you saying, Shantala?
I say, well, maybe the horses made it home since they're so close. They know their way.
Perhaps we can hope for their sake.
Didn't we search for the horse?
He says,
Or
I
their
do not mean to make light of their fate.
Could I do a survival check to see if I can figure out what direction the horses went?
Yes, you certainly can.
Did I roll?
Okay, you can see that, unfortunately, it looks like the horses didn't make it very far. They went off into the brush, and then you can see evidence that they were maybe set upon by the wolves. There's blood, and the trampled brush, and it looks like you can't find the bodies, but it looks like they might have been gravely wounded in this area.
Okay, yeah. I think we should have this conversation later. Just be like,
Something wrong.
yeah, I think I know what happened to the horses, but let's head to Valaki.
Well,
I
what
don't
happened to
think-
the horses?
We'll have a conversation about the way
They went to
things
the
tend to
farm.
work in the animal kingdom.
They went upstate
to
to the farm.
Upstate.
They're running with the
Okay.
doggies. They're very happy now.
Oh. Okay,
Well,
as long as
part
they're
of them
happy.
is running with the doggy.
or dragging with the
Being
dog.
carried inside the doggy's tummy. So there was one other little bit of lore that I should have gone over with you during some of your travel time here that I didn't. And before we get to the town, I'm gonna take the opportunity to kind of time travel back a little bit to your time on the road with Irina. You got to learn a little bit about her during your trip, just in conversation. You did learn that you knew she was adopted. She was adopted around the age of 10, and the circumstances of her of her coming to the village of Barovia are represent a bit of a mystery, as she only remembers being found by her adopted father, Kolyan Andirovich, and being taken back to his house and shown all the kindness. She had no memory of anything that happened before that point. There was efforts made to find her family, but nothing ever turned up, and so she again spent all of her life as she know it in her adopted family with no memory of really anything before the age of 10 years old, when she just wandered out of the woods and was found by the villagers of Barovia. So just a little bit about Irina's backstory there. So with Vasily now in tow, you are closing that the last few miles before you get to the eastern gate of Valaki.
What's in the case?
Vasily just said they are his papers for his work. Effectively, he's an accountant.
Really?
Yes.
Who do you work for?
He does work for the government.
Is actually a functioning government out here? Honestly, with the state of the village of Barovia, I'm a little surprised by that.
It is it is a sad village for certain. But with Vasily with you, the guards instantly recognize him, and he kind of vouches for these fine people who helped him out on the road. And he says, surely we can welcome them into our village and give them safe shelter for the night, as the sun is now setting and almost down completely. So with that, you all arrive in the town of Valaki. Now, Vasily is going to, at this point, excuse himself. He says he has business to attend to.
Vasily, you wouldn't know if there was a bathhouse here at all, right? I'm terribly filthy. Silas is not terribly filthy.
He says he knows that the Blue Water Inn definitely has facilities that you can make use of.
That'll have to do. Thank you.
He
Silas, there's water in the lake.
I am not going to bathe in a lake.
I'd like a hot bath too.
Vasily
Oh.
thanks you all again for your escort back to the village, and he rewards the group with 25 gold for their troubles, and he says that occasionally he has work for adventurers like you, and that he may have need to call upon you sometime. And so he says, if he'll look for you in the inn. I guess, as there really isn't much other place for travelers to stay when they're in Vallaki. It's pretty much the one inn, and that is it.
Fantastic.
All right.
So what time is it now?
It is sundown. So it is like right at. Let me advance the time 1 hour here. We are right at 5 p.m. I guess it's not quite. I guess it's not quite dark yet, but the sun is definitely going down. And let me transfer us to the Vallaki map.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
man,
real
it-
town.
Right. And we're way over
Good.
here on the western side. Now, there was a bit of text here as you approached the town. I forgot to read you, so I wouldn't want to gyp you guys here. So please, the old Sphalic Road meanders into a valley watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing between them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. A 15-foot-high wall encloses the town, its vertical logs held together with thick ropes and mortar. The top of each log is sharpened to a point, and there's a wooden scaffolding that hugs the inside of the palisade 12 feet off the ground, enabling the guards to peer over the wall.
Well, it's better than nothing, but it won't survive at all in a siege.
So the town guard lets you in through the gate, and you find yourselves in the eastern portion of Vallaki. Vallaki is home to about 3,000 people, a good mix of class levels in there. A few nobles, which tend to have properties on the north side of town, where you might see the houses are a little bit bigger and more spaced out, with the common folk living more in the south and center part of town. The land outside of Vallaki is used largely for farming, so during the days people will go outside the walls and tend to the lands around the town to provide all the food and crops that they need to be self-sustaining.
I realize there's a toy store on this map. We should probably keep Everett away from that.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why?
Yeah, there
Oh,
are.
no, I'm not saying that in character.
Oh,
Yeah, there are
trust-
a number of key locations, and particularly stores that are marked in blue there on the map. You can see. I can give you the big info dump of all the handouts at once if you want them.
I am immediately going to make my way towards the clothers.
Well, if that's the case, Endless Delight Clothiers, that's right here off of the village square, which is this this opening right here. And I have a little handout for the clothiers.
Okay.
Endless Delight Clothiers is run by twin brothers, Harwin and Hewen. They sell various bolts of cloth along with basic clothing that is worn by most residents of the town.
Okay. And I'll spend some time there getting myself fitted with some finer clothing.
Oh, very good. Not these
Because
shabby rags that you got.
Well, no, I don't have shabby rag. I'm dressed in a very fine set of chainmail, but chainmail isn't appropriate for every social situation.
I see. So,
not a barbarian.
So, coming into this mini metropolis, what are some destinations that people would like to do? Is there anything in particular shopping-wise people were looking at? Or I know the one piece of business that you had to this point was to deliver that piece of mail to the church, which is here in the western part of the town. Irina says that she has family by the way of a Father Lucian Petrovich, who is attending the church in the western part of Vallaki. The church is so named St. Andrew's Church.
Seems to me we should do our business first and get her settled.
Certainly, that is if you do have business, right?
I would prefer if we did that once we rested.
Well, if rest
Better.
if rest is what you have in mind, then definitely heading right for the center of town for the Blue Water Inn sounds like the way you want to go.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
That's the only place in town?
That's the Soul Inn, right?
Okay. Steak again. So that's interesting.
They have hot water.
See, people are finally starting to get it. Hot water is great.
There's a lake. You can go by the lake. No?
No.
No.
Everett hangs his head.
Yeah. Look, I get
Follows
that
the
you
group.
probably want to go to the lake, but bathing in a lake is the last thing I'm gonna do.
Have you ever tried it?
Yes, I have, and it was awful.
Refreshing.
That is true. It's quite refreshing, but I think it's a little too cold for our friends here to want to go and take a wash.
Okay. We'll go to the inn.
All right.
Probably people there.
So you
Yes.
come through the center boulevard here into Vallaki proper. You pass the main general store, which is called Arisek's Stockyard. That was on your left. There's also where the blacksmith is, and you're passing the apothecary, Stavanovich and Sons Apothecary, there on your right as you go.
Silas just immediately breaks off from the group to go to the clothers.
Now, gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. The Blue Water Inn is Vallaki's main gathering place for locals, especially at night. The innkeeper is an Erwin Mardikoff, and he runs the place to be a sanctuary from the evils and hardships of the land.
They look like they'd like music.
The Blue Water Inn is run by the Mardikoff family, which are pictured there. Davian and his Erwin and his wife Danica, and then their two boys.
Oh, it's a good thing I'm not with them at the moment because I have something to say that I'm not going to say. It's only mildly insulting.
I have to say, why does that one kid look like he has like gray hair standing next to his mom?
I know, right?
A lot of hard years.
Not an easy place here.
Apparently not.
Just dropping people on the map. 1 second.
Is there any music playing inside the inn?
Did Irina get so small? There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the inn, and you. Let's see. There's the well that you can see just outside, a little 3-foot high stone rim surrounding it, and then these set of stairs leading up to the double doors. You can hear the commotion of people inside. Go ahead and open those doors for you.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Let's drop some people in here. There we go. We got a room full of people. Get rid of the letter C that I dropped. There we go. All right. Oh, and one more VIP. Can't forget this guy. There's a colorful half-elf bard sitting at the bar, spinning tales and entertaining folks. Two brotherly-looking nobles sitting at a table, enjoying some drinking games. Two dour-looking hunters sitting back with their backs against the stairs at the far end of the room, drinking their wine. And other common folk all about. Damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico, and the tavern is packed with tables, chairs, with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall, under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs an entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in a dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
Okay. Oh man, it got real quiet here all of a sudden.
All right.
My dog was making noise, so.
Yeah. So again, these are you've got obviously Danica behind the bar, tending, and again these are the noble brothers, the hunters, the colorful half-elf bard.
So I'm going to walk past and smile at the two brothers, and then ask the innkeeper if there are rooms available for tonight.
There are,
and so this half elf. How do we know he's a half elf?
well, he's got the pointy ears of an elf, but not necessarily the finer, delicate features. They're more muted and blunted. So, and just by doesn't look fully elf, just half elf.
Well, so I'm a half elf, but I tend to keep my ears covered.
Mm-hmm. which could make you easily passable for human.
Right. So
I didn't even know that.
Right.
Yeah. So there are rooms available?
There are.
And do they include a hot bath?
They do.
Excellent.
Oh, very nice.
How many rooms do you have?
Let's see. So, there are 3 rooms. They have 2 rooms with 2 beds each, and then there's a third room with a total of 4 beds in it.
Ah, plenty of space.
So you can get 2 rooms, you can get 1 room, and squeeze everybody into it.
I do not want to share with everybody.
You could buy the place out if you bought all 3 rooms.
Oh, DM.
Yes.
Because I'm not with the group and I'm kind of doing my own thing, just let me know when it's a good time to throw myself into this.
You got it.
I don't know if I should stay alone.
I mean, I was about to say, I can definitely see the girls all sharing a room together since there's only 3 of us. I don't know about the rest of you guys. If you want to share one room together or split it between the 2 of y'all.
She'll cut you a deal that if you want to get all 3 rooms, she'll give you all 3 rooms for 5 gold.
That sounds like a good deal.
Does sound like a good deal. There's 7 of us, right? 8.
Pepper runs up and puts a
when you
gold
count
on the
Irina,
bar.
right?
Yeah, we're gonna need all those beds.
All right. So if one of you wants to deduct 5 gold from your inventory, you've definitely booked the place for the night, and Danica
I'll pay
gives
for
you
it.
a key, and she says you actually access your rooms by a stairway that's just outside and to the left.
So I'm just gonna drop
we
a
saw
couple
that when we were
gold on
coming
the
in.
table, and
Right.
this is for food and lodging.
Oh, excellent! Thank you very much. So to get to your rooms, it's the stairway out there. The stairway that's inside here that leads up to their private quarters. So it's a separate stairway to get to the rooms, and that's right outside. And you are welcome. That they will serve you breakfast in the morning. She will get some pots of water boiling so that you guys can have hot water to get yourselves cleaned up. And she, asks, if there's anything else in the meantime, just holler.
Sounds good. So I'll just ask for a plate of whatever's good right now, and an ale, and settle in.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask Irina and Chove who wants to bathe first.
Oh, I can go last. I'm kind of used to not showering for days or cleaning myself, so I'm fine going last if you guys want to go first.
I'd love to bathe before dinner. So I'm gonna go upstairs to the room then.
All right. I just want to give you some of the handouts here. I want to Nikolai and Carl. Just some of the people that, because if you spend any amount of time in here, you'll get to pick up on some of these personalities. Soldar and Yevgeny are the hunters.
Hunters. They kill animals. Unlike them.
I think that's all the ones I have for you right now. So yeah, Nikolai and Carl actually approach your group at one point and ask if you're like adventurers. Hello.
Everett is terrified and hiding.
Have you guys
I
like
mean-
ever fought like a dragon?
No, we
My-
just kind of met in Barovia.
My brother doesn't think dragons are real, but I met this one guy who once swore they were. I've never seen one or heard of one. I think they're just made up.
They're certainly real. I just haven't fought one.
Well, what have you fought?
Dire wolves, some undead, the standard, whatever, is local fauna is to the area. I've met a few orcs in my time. Feywild's weird place.
They are very riveted by all of your war stories will spend as much time as you're willing to give them, mining you for details of different fights and different things, and what happened then, and what next, and then what did you do. So they're fanboys to no small extent, and they will again eat up as much time as you are willing to give them.
Yeah.
More stoic and quiet, sitting in the back of the room, are Soldar and Yevgeny. But I can tell you that if you're ever looking for guides to the wilderness or whatever, or to talk with people with wilderness experience, these are definitely fellows that you could look to.
Oh yeah.
Rictavio is doing his thing, regaling the locals with his stories. He's not much of a musical bard, more of a tale teller. And he's been here a while, so it looks like a lot of the people have heard his stories before, and he doesn't have the audience that maybe he once might have. But if there isn't any specific questions, and I don't think there is, but please speak up if I'm wrong, I will take the time to shuffle you all upstairs. Let's open
Sounds good.
some doors.
See, why don't you sing these nice people a song?
Oh, where did Joe go? There.
And Shantala, I moved you over to the second floor, upside that outside staircase, because I believe you said that you were going to go there. Whoops, sorry.
Oh.
So there you are. So you're at the top of the stairs there, and I'm just going to start moving everybody else over in that direction, unless they have stuff that they would like to do downstairs.
Probably just showing up to the bar at this point.
Yes, yeah, I think so. I think you're just getting there now. Now that you're seeing some of your comrades head upstairs.
Can't really move around though. I'm kind of. Oh, that where?
Can you move now?
There we go. Are the doors open?
Yeah. You like went outside the walls. Where'd you go?
I can kind of see the room with 4 beds, but I can't get to it.
Get the doors down here.
Oh, there we go.
Is that not my room?
No. Well,
I hop on the beds all the way up. I'll go into the room across the hall. Space Bear's there.
Gonna start approaching the bar.
So on the guest balcony right outside your room, this 20-foot long balcony provides a clear view of the bar below. Has a wooden railing carved with raven motifs, and the tap room's many lanterns illuminate the rafters and cast ominous shadows on the peaked ceiling. The guest rooms contain 2 cozy beds with matching footlockers resting in the far corners of the 15-foot square room. Wolf furs are heaped atop each bed. Between the beds, a lamp sits on a table under a shuttered window. 2 tall black wardrobes stand against the wall by the door. And then finally, the room you're in, Shantala, that guest room has 4 plain beds with straw mattresses lining the north wall. Each bed comes with a matching footlocker to store clothing and other belongings. A table and 4 chairs occupy the corner across from the door, and an oil lamp resting on the table casts a bright yellow flame. The doors to these rooms can be locked from the inside, and you were given at least 3 keys, 1 for each room. The footlockers, of course, are all empty and are free for you to use.
Are the
So,
wardrobes smaller rooms empty?
Say again?
Are the wardrobes in the smaller 2 rooms empty?
Yes, yeah, they're all prepared for new guests.
Excuse me, miss. You wouldn't happen to have seen a larger group of adventurers just pass through here?
Well, invariably, whenever there's travelers through this area, they end up here eventually. Could you be more specific?
Silas!
Great.
Silas!
Are
Silas! We're up
there any
here!
rooms available?
She said we just booked our last rooms out.
I'll look up at Everett, who's calling my name.
Yes,
Silas!
he's
Hi,
looking
we're up
down.
here.
Yeah.
You can see him
Just-
right overhead.
Very long sigh, and I'll start making my way up there. It just,
Space Bear, Silas is back.
I can't. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. I'm just gonna check the first room. Both beds are taken by Fancy and Monk. I'll check the second room and realize both beds are taken by Everett and Space Bear. And then there's just another long sigh. And I'll knock on this door.
Wait, shouldn't there be enough?
There
There
should-
isn't.
there
There's
should
5
be.
guys and there's 5 guys.
Oh,
I could stay with you guys if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be better.
I don't want to. I don't want to intrude.
Why doesn't anybody want me to stay with them?
we do want you to stay with us.
Okay,
Everett or Silas?
what?
Pick your poison. This
You
Huh?
can make whatever opinion you want of me. Just know it's probably wrong.
You know what? Everett, welcome aboard.
Okay, I'll stay here with you guys. I'll stay by the door though, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
I'll protect you if something happens.
So we thinking long rest time?
Please.
Yeah, I think so.
All
So
right.
is Space
I'll
Bear your
click that
actual
button.
name?
That's the name.
I'm asking him.
So he's having
Oh,
conversation.
you're asking in game.
Yeah, no, I'm asking him, yeah. Trying to start a conversation.
Doesn't sound like you're getting an answer.
Nope. I will head to bed.
All right.
You know what? Considering Space Bear is our silent member of the party, I'm not surprised.
All right.
So
So,
during
I'm
the
sorry.
night,
During the night?
During the night, I want to take out the letter that we're supposed to give to the priest.
Okay.
Who's the one that gave that to us?
That was Ismark, Irina's
Ismark.
brother.
Okay, yeah, since he's over there. Can I take time to open it up and read it so it's not ruined and I can close it again?
Yeah. Why don't you make a dexterity check?
Is that a...
Just a straight dexterity. Hey, look at that! You critted, so get a card. So you handle this thing with such care that it looks even less handled when you're done. By the time you're done with it, and it is a very straightforward letter. It is from Ismark, offering greetings to a somewhat distant relative and Father Lucian. Going through the niceties, explaining some things with current events, and then explaining the situation at the church, and asking Father Lucian that if he knows, anybody who's looking for, to run a congregation to effectively, send them there that way. That's all the letter says.
Okay. I'm gonna take out the things I stole from the Durst Castle, the
Okay.
pen and the writing, pen and the ink.
Yeah.
And with my mimicry, I want to add a line at the bottom, effectively saying, "Please
Did mimicry cover handwriting? Because mimicry generally is about audio. It's about your voice, right?
I thought it was the handwriting too.
Does it say handwriting too?
Let me look it up. Because if not, that changes a lot of things.
Mimicry. Let's see what I can find here. Mimicry doesn't come up when I search the compendium. So.
You could. Oh, you could. You
should be able to populate it from your character sheet, right?
Yeah. No, it just says you can mimic sounds you've heard.
Sounds, right.
Yeah. I thought I read somewhere where you could.
There are definitely feats and stuff, and maybe even class features that let you do that stuff. I just don't think mimicry does.
Okay, maybe that's where I got confused. Well, then if I can't copy the handwriting, then I'm definitely not going to do that.
Right.
Okay. Then I'll close the letter back up.
All right. Any other business to attend during the night?
No.
Everett just grabs his medallion, clasps it in his hands, and goes to sleep.
Now, technically, your long rest brings you to 1 a.m. So, did you want to keep the clock running until the sun comes up?
I think at 1 a.m, once I get up, I'm probably just gonna start my day.
You figure going to deliver the letter, certainly the church might not be open, at 1 at night or anything like that. But.
I'm just gonna go downstairs and drink because I don't want to invade on. I just want to get out of this room.
All right.
I'm starting early.
So that's
where are the paths?
It is 1 a.m. following your long rest. So again, I don't know that there's much for you to do. If you want to get up and start, walking around town in the middle of the night to see what can happen, we can run with it.
Actually, yeah, I'll take a go walk around town, see what it all looks like.
It's pretty quiet. This late, there's not a lot going on. You can see that the guards still man their posts on the walls. Watching for anything. The town is kind of all buttoned up and fairly quiet.
Yeah, I'll just until everybody else gets up, I'll just take some time, walk around town, see what there is to be seen, and then I'm just gonna go back to the tavern and just sort of just spend time, try to make myself look as not approachable as possible because I don't want to talk to people.
All right. There, you do see a small crowd of people are in fact gathered at the church even at this late hour. There are lights inside, and you can see the shadows of people moving about inside.
Take a closer look at what's going on.
The inn is starting. Things are starting to wind down, and things. The proprietors have gotten more into cleanup mode. And buttoning things down than they have been actively serving, so it's getting close to closing it down time.
I mean, if there's something going on at the church, I'll just sort of stroll over there, see what's going on.
Before we make this a party of 1, let's talk to the other 7 people that are with you. It is 1 a.m. You have finished your long rest. What do you feel like doing?
Space Bear is just gonna hang out until the sun comes up.
Yeah.
I don't really have any need to get out of bed yet.
Okay. Everybody else sound good with that, or did anyone want to join Silas for his midnight stroll?
Yeah, I didn't realize we were going to bed so early.
Yeah, it was like 7 or 8 o'clock by the time you went down. So 8 hours. It only takes you to to 3 in the morning, I guess.
Well,
I think I'm half tempted just to follow because Chove is a little curious to see what Silas would be doing at 1 a.m.
Sure.
But she wants just to follow, so can I do stealth?
Absolutely.
Silas is not wearing his armor. He's just wearing the flying clothes he just had.
Got it.
All right.
All right, that's pretty stealthy, Chove.
Yeah.
So
I'm
with
active.
Silas in the driver's seat of the situation and Chove observing, there are parishioners
follow them, too.
coming and going. Very good. Parishioners who are gathered at the church in small numbers. They're less coming and going, and it seems more that there are some people who have gathered for the night, and apparently are making their plan to stay the whole night there at the church, believing that the church offers sanctuary from some of the powers of darkness. So there are several families and villagers of different stripes there at the church. It's quiet, and the lights are on, but they're slightly dimmed. And the place is not necessarily lively with raucous, prayer or anything like that. It's a little bit more somber and a little bit more of a feeling of a shelter, if you will.
I'm gonna just walk up to it, and is there anybody outside, just immediately outside the door to the church?
No.
And do I recognize the symbol on the church?
Yes, it's the same as the church from the village of Burrow.
I'll knock on the doors.
The doors are open. No one inside. Kind of comes up. They turn their heads in your direction, but nobody necessarily comes to answer it.
I apologize for the intrusion. I'm new in town, and I was just looking for a quiet spot to pray.
You get a couple of odd looks, unsettled looks from the people inside, and they don't even reply. They just kind of turn back to what they were doing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this place isn't the most welcoming, so I'm just gonna turn around, and as I was walking through the village, is there like a park or like just sort of a just any sort of just out of the way area?
You can tell me.
I can tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess back here, behind the orphanage, you could say that there's something of a park.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start making my way over there, and it's only important what I'm doing if Chove is still following. So if she's not, we can just skip that.
I guess Chove is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just curious because she was gonna grab some food and then she noticed you were leaving, so she's like, "Huh, what is he doing?"
Right.
So, I guess do not consume as much time as possible because I am just sort of stealing for the rest of the players. He goes to that park, just sort of looks around and makes sure nobody is around. And can I roll perception for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Perception.
Okay, you
Really?
definitely don't spot Chove.
Chove
Chove just stuck her hands in the air and made like she was a tree.
Yeah. No, I mean, is there guards or any any civilians around?
Again, there's a guard post not too far, but again, on this scale, it's still a couple 100 feet away, so it's not like he's right on.
He will sort of kneel down and take his flail and put it in front of him and just light some incense in front of it, and just sort of sits there and offers some silent prayer to his god for the next 10 minutes. Then he sort of just reels back and hold on, I'm trying to think of the words to say here. Oh god, what the hell did you just post? Yeah. sort of just looks back and takes another look before taking off his jacket and his shirt. And I guess from what you can see, because he always normally wears a very high collared shirts, his back and his arms and just every exposed part of his body is just covered in hundreds of small and varying sizes scars. Specifically from the neck down, there is a very, very long one that sort of coils around his body.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right.
And he just sort of...
He's familiar with the concept, but it does certainly surprise her a little.
Yeah, and he'll just continue to offer some more silent prayers for the next 10 minutes before getting everything back on and standing back up and making his way back to the Blue Water Inn.
All right. All right. And if there's not too much else, believe it or not, other than the church at this hour, not too much going on. Even the Blue Water Inn is largely buttoned up for the night at this point. But you're able to pass the rest of the night. Let me let's look again at currently it's 3, so let's advance it to 6 in the morning. First light. Here we are, cock-a-doodle-doo. We've got a nice warm fall day, and it's raining, so that's fun. And you've all got the benefit of a long rest, and you are here in the center of town, and the day is yours. Where would you like to go?
I also spent some time praying so I could change my spells.
Okay.
There was plenty of time, so I don't think I need to be like specific, do I?
No.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, trying to click something. Oh.
Does anyone need dark vision?
I do.
Yeah, surprisingly, I also do need dark vision. I do not have it.
You first, because I could be something else.
It's the daytime, right?
It is.
For consideration. I have it mapped.
Are we out of bed yet?
Yes, yeah. The day is yours. You're up, about, and fed.
Yep.
I
Once
get up and start running up and... It's out.
Once Space Bear leaves the room you're sharing, I'm gonna go in there and change in my armor.
Very good.
I hop out of bed and start running up and down the hallway.
Whee!
Oh god, it's just like every hotel I've ever stayed in.
Hi! I had a good rest.
What is
And
it?
the crystal,
good
the
morning.
crystal.
Fancy place.
Hi!
Not his friend.
Thank you for letting me stay with you.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
slept so good.
Now it
Was
isn't
that
all
the first
girls.
time on a bed for you too?
Yeah, usually I end up sleeping under like a tree, like a cage, something like that. But this was comfortable.
Yeah.
Everett would have liked it, but I liked it better.
I was about to say, I'm not used to beds still, so I guess it's going to take me a while. But that's because I'm older, I think.
I fell off.
Oh, no.
Back up in the bed. Yeah, it's okay. It's not that far. I start jumping up and down the bed. No, I don't do that. That's going overboard. I'm sorry.
No. Go overboard. That's the whole point.
Eventually,
In
when
this
I make my way down, I'm just gonna find a spot at the bar.
All right. You know what? There's actually a little bit. You got let me open, of course, reopen the thing I just closed. Let's see. Where was it here? So you were dealing with the lady of the house, Danica, last night. But this morning, you see the husband who was working in the kitchen last night, but he's out front working the front of the house this morning, and he leans into you and says, you know, you wouldn't be happen to be planning to be traveling west, would you?
Not currently.
He takes you, a number of you, aside, and leans in, keeping his voice low, almost so that the few other people who are around at this time of day don't hear. And he says, "My supply of wine is nearly gone, and the next shipment is overdue. I'll give you, excuse me, the vineyard and winery is a few miles west of here. If you could find it in your travels to stop over there and just see that everything's okay. We they supply all the wine for everyone in the valley, and it's not right for them to be late like this."
I could be
And there'd
tempted to
probably
head
be a
down there.
riot if you ran out.
Say again.
There'd probably be a riot if you ran out.
There would be many more sorrowful souls in Velaki and in all other points beyond. I can tell you that. The pleasures
Turns
that
the
wine
monk.
brings is the only thing keeping some people together.
Yeah.
Did we have any plans east or west?
Well, we do have to deliver the letter and Irina.
Yeah. We should start with the letter, I think.
That's towards the rest
Yep.
of
Right.
Definitely.
Let's get that out of the way.
All right.
He disagrees.
Okay. So yeah. So the west
Goes along anyway.
the west that Irwin was talking about was the western part of the valley. That he means
Outside
if
of
you
town.
leave Velaki and you start going to the western part of the valley, you know, some miles to the west, he wanted you to swing by the winery and just see if everything was all right there, or if you found a wagon somewhere on the road that you know something like that, anything like that. Look for any signs of what might be the cause of the delay. But your more immediate business takes you to the western part of the town, and that is the church. So again, you go down this central boulevard and past the bookstore and the doctor's office and an orphanage. When
What?
you
What?
when you come
As-
finally to St. Andrew's Church.
Gotta go back and see the kids. Maybe there's some like me.
Let's see.
Perhaps we can do that another
So-
time.
This
Okay.
slouching,
Okay.
centuries-old church has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked, stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church, and a thin mist creeps among the graves.
A what? Creeps amongst the graves?
A thin mist.
And mist.
There's mist everywhere.
Yeah, like those Girl Scout cookies. Thin mist.
I actually, Dan, I was just going to
Good
say, I actually thought that's what you said. which
Thin
is why I was-
mints, right? Thin mints.
Ah,
Hey,
Game
if
could use
there's
some more
thin
Thin
mints among
Mints.
the graves, I'm gonna be down among the graves getting them. All right? You got to put them in the freezer. Oh, they're the best.
Oh, those are good. Ice
Wow.
cream.
Peanut butter ones.
Peanut butter,
you would
peanut butter.
think
good.
that such a large church would be more welcoming, but it honestly does not look that way.
It's very pretty.
What's the name of the clergy person?
Father
Look-
Lucian Petrovich.
Around?
He is. So, you enter the church, and you see, oh man, I do believe I have a handout for this one. Let me find Okay. Petrovich. There we go. Father Lucian Petrovich. He oversees the church here in Valaki. And you can see that there's a young boy wearing kind of junior vestments, if you will, who's helping him out. And he is actually out in the yard, and he's working a shovel poorly, trying to do some maintenance around the church grounds. Uh, he's clumsy doing the work, and he is a little exasperated, you can tell. But at your approach, he kind of straightens himself up and turns to greet you, and offers greetings and asks what he can do to serve you.
You need help with your shoveling?
He says, oh heavens, yes. Could you tell I'm not accustomed to such tasks.
Come on, I'll help you.
We usually
I can help you.
have a young man who helps around, but he's fallen ill, I'm afraid.
How old are you?
Old enough. And he laughs.
Me too.
Too
What's your
old
name?
to be putting up with this shit.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's not in the
Father Lucian, and you are, young one?
Oh, hi. I'm Evie. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Evie. And he extends his hand to you. And who are your friends, Evie?
These are my friends. We've been traveling.
I can tell by the way you're dressed that you are travelers to our land here. You finding yourselves lost here, as many often do, I'm afraid.
Lost?
But we have a letter for you.
We've come from Barovia.
Oh, indeed.
This letter, Mr. Girl.
A letter, and he asks from whom.
I pass him the letter.
And he opens it and reads it and says that is very unfortunate. We will have to see what we can come up with, but I fear that the village of Barovia might be without a priest for some time.
Are you short on priests?
Yeska,
Is it just
young
you?
Yeska here is the only person currently learning. Basically in training, and it will be some years before he's ready to lead a congregation of his own.
I just finished my training.
And he can tell by the iconography you display that you share a common deity, and he takes a moment to comment about how diversity is wonderful and glorious.
Yes.
He sees you serve the same master.
Have you met Irina? It was mentioned in the letter, I believe.
So Irina, of course, knows, and Father Lucian hasn't seen her since she was a little girl, and dotes on her for a moment, remarks how large, and how big she's gotten, and what a beautiful woman she's become, and all that, and without divulging too much to him, Irina. First of all, what are you guys' plans with Irina? Irina was talking about the possibility of staying here with Father Lucian and laying low at the church, but she, was certainly talking to you all about your ideas about what you thought she should do and where she should go and whatnot. Now that she's here, would you prefer to see her left off here and kept in the safety of the church for a while, or do you have other ideas?
Fancy wants to play a enthralling performance to the orphanage.
Irina, you're probably safer here.
Oh, I need to hear that song too. But does she say anything about her neck,
Does she say anything about her neck?
Father Lucian?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, I think traveling around is probably not a good idea right now.
For her?
This land is far too dangerous for one such as yourself.
Yes, I think you should.
Fancy doesn't judge Irina, and he wants her to make her own decision.
All right. Well, Irina is going to take this opportunity to spend some time with Father Lucian here at the church, and she's thinking that staying in on the holy grounds of a church certainly isn't going to hurt in protecting her from the predations of a vampire. So with the letter delivered, and Irina deciding to stay here and catch up with Father Lucian for a little while at least, Father Lucian he does ask for your help in working. Since you're here, if you wouldn't mind helping an old man with his chores, he certainly could benefit from the help. And furthermore, he said if you were even feeling more magnanimous, if you would check in with the orphanage headmistress to see if she needs any assistance. The same young man who assists Father Lucian also assists the orphanage headmistress, and so without this young man's help, they both found themselves overwhelmed lately. The young man in question is a teenager named Milivaj. He actually grew up in the orphanage, but as one of the older children, is kind of now stepped in the administration and running of the place, and he splits his time between working here at the church and being a handyman and general go-to guy at the orphanage.
Swing around amongst
orphanage, free show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already have the song planned.
Oh,
Enthralling.
all right, let's go to the orphanage. Let's go to the orphanage.
We'll pop it up here. If you would have to persuade them to let me do a performance, but if they do listen to it,
So for the kids, it should be easy persuasion.
we can play that.
If it's free.
Oh, it's free.
So you go.
That makes me nervous.
That changes everything.
You go a few doors down, back toward the orphanage, and inside St. Andrew's orphanage, you find the headmistress, a woman by the name of Claudia Antonova. You can see her doing her best to juggle the various problems her way right now, and she's clearly a bit frayed and just a little manic about everything. And upon seeing you enter, she turns, puzzling you, and says, what can I do you for? What brings you here to? Are you here to make a donation for the children?
Yes, Fancy is here to perform for the children, free of charge.
She
I just
says, Oh, thank God, something to keep them occupied for a little bit. It'll allow me to get some stuff done. You're a dear. And so you want to go perform for the children?
Who else would be in attendance?
Well, just Mistress Claudia and the 8 or 9 children currently in her care.
All right, so I would target Mistress Claudia and the 2 oldest children, because I think I can only do 3.
Right.
Have you read that? Does that make sense? I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so it would be that.
All right.
So Claudia would be first. Ciao. And the song I played was Hard Knock Life.
Well chosen. Well chosen.
Right. Excellent. All right. So your performances certainly entertained the children and brought a small slice of joy into a somewhat dreary place, despite everyone's efforts. You go ahead and make a perception check there, though, Fancy. In fact, everybody can make a perception check.
In the end, I'm just trying to charm someone.
Perception.
He was dancing.
It's one of my
So-
better stats too.
There was one child in particular who just didn't seem to get into the spirit of fun that everyone else. He wasn't clapping and singing and being joyous. He was kind of sullen and withdrawn and off to himself a little bit. Just you notice.
Well, I would go talk to the child, but I'm terrible with children.
Oh, you're not.
Maybe Evie should talk to him.
I can talk. Which one? Which one?
The rap
The
part of the
sad
song,
looking one in the
Fancy
corner.
points them out.
Okay. Okay, I'll go talk to him.
I go over with Evie and give the child my pastry from the other day.
Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe that's why he wasn't enjoying them. I thought.
Okay, so you give the sullen child a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. He takes it and he eats it, but he does so joyously, or joylessly.
What's the matter? What's your name? What's the matter? What's your name?
One of the other children chimes in and says, "He doesn't talk."
Doesn't or can't?
I don't know.
Have you ever heard him talk?
Nope.
You know his name?
Freaky Felix.
Freaky Felix. That's
And-
not very nice.
And a bunch of the other kids begin in a chant of Freaky Felix, Freaky Felix.
Oh,
And
that's
Felix
not nice.
doesn't react at all. He just kind of looks the same way as he always does.
Put my arm around. It's okay, Felix. Don't listen to them. I was called lots of names too.
Is
He
he deaf
wasn't
as
one
well?
of them, but I'm sorry. You want to come walk with us?
He's kind of drawing, and you can't. It's or he's playing with some toy, and he seems more interested in sticking with that than in walking around with you.
What are you playing with?
Some top. He just keeps spinning.
Jove,
Can
is he or she Evie or Everett right now?
I believe we're Evie right now.
I'm Evie.
Okay.
Tell because the crystal in my medallion is clear. So I don't know your name. I don't know what you're playing with. Can I play?
He doesn't
I
even
love
respond.
I love to play. Come on, it's fun. So I'm gonna take the top and
Claudia, Mistress Claudia, pipes in at this point and says, "Yes, that's dear Felix. He came in like that, and we've been trying to get him to open up. But these things sometimes take time, right, dearie?"
Who brought him in?
Some people found him. He was all by himself, no adult supervision, no idea where his parents might have ever been.
Has he ever said anything, or is he always just quiet?
He's been quiet since they brought him in.
Unfortunate.
does he like to go outside?
No.
Nice
No,
outside.
she said the only thing he had in him when he came in was that locket, and she gestures. You can see a little silver locket around his neck, and it's like he won't part with it. But there's a funny inscription on the back, but we couldn't make any sense of it.
Felix, I'll show you my medallion if you show me your locket. I have to be very careful how I worded that.
Whoa.
We'll go ahead and zoom out enough that you can see this whole.
Oh, hold on. We have those.
Have some decoder or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that
we
is
have-
the inscription on the back of Felix's locket.
Oh, we had those code.
So hints. Let's see.
Open them all up.
Okay, that's an A.
Oh man, I can't find the hints. I'll let you guys solve this.
Third one's a T, I think.
And
Yeah.
you can feel free to use the drawing tools to write directly onto this if you want, if it's easier to keep track of which ones you've translated.
That's an
Fancy's like, it sounds like a country song.
That's not an I. I forgot I said that. Unless that line underneath is important.
That line underneath does denote something. I just won't tell you what it denotes.
Hard to do in a little. It is an I. Capital I.
Oh no, that's not it. It has a line there. How do I erase that?
I got you.
There we go. Okay.
That's not the eye over there.
Because it's
The
No
the
line.
eye's over near the end.
It tells me we missed a few hints there.
This one
Yeah.
right here is
Let me pop up the remaining hints for anybody who can't find them in the handouts.
Roll 20 keeps crashing.
Yeah, I thought it was O, but there's a line under
Yeah,
that one on the O there.
yeah. I can't think. I just don't know how to erase.
The
Oh, you
lo-
just click on it and hit delete.
I'm gonna give you a hint here, just because I don't want to trip you up. The line under just denotes a capital.
Is it capital? As I wonder.
So when it doesn't have a line, it just means it's not capitalized.
Satin.
You're 2 letters away from at least the next step in the puzzle.
No.
Right,
Oh.
one more.
That's B. Yeah.
Would you like to buy a letter?
Oh, we just don't have that one specific letter.
You know what?
R.
I think it might be an R.
I think
Yeah.
it is. Congratulations, you proceeded to the next step in the puzzle. Now remember, this puzzle works on the following. You're ultimately looking for an item. The rune letters have now yielded this anagram, which if you unscramble these letters into their 2 corresponding words, it'll give you a clue as to what item you need to proceed. The best clue I can give you as to what anagram you're looking for is that the S and the I are capitals. So you've got
Capital.
2 words. One of them begins with S and one of them begins with I. Oops.
R. Yes.
And feel free to start typing ideas as you unscramble these words in chat. I will give you a further clue that this item ultimately that you have is something that you have in your party.
That we have where?
In your party, you have this thing.
What have we gotten?
You might even have more than one.
Oh.
Where is
Oh, the cards,
party treasure?
right?
No.
All right. I don't know. Silver?
In
I'll even give you another hint. They're 2 4-letter words. One begins with S and one begins with I.
Are they items we have?
Don't focus too much on that part of it. Think us right now of 2 4-letter words you can make with these letters, beginning with the 2 words beginning with S and I.
Oh, crap.
Shantala, congratulations. You know what? Gain inspiration.
Yay,
Excellent,
Shantala.
excellent job. You got it. Stab iron is correct. So this is
Oh, I would
the
know.
clue of what item. The clue for the item is stab iron. You need
That's probably some kind of weapon,
It's a sword.
Get
Sword.
a dagger of some sort.
dagger or a sword or.
You guys get a silver one? No.
We have a silver sword.
congratulations. So you touch a sword to the locket, or tell me, is that what you would like to do? Once you
Sure.
figure out that that's the key to unlocking this locket is you need to touch a sword to it.
Well, it
Iron.
could be a dagger.
So when you do that, I'm going to go ahead and throw us to another map. Black smoke begins to pour out of the front of the locket and gather up against the ceiling, and a large, hulking, shadowy figure actually descends down back from this into the room. And I believe I have a monster handout for you.
Can I
Maybe
use
not.
a divine sense?
Um, I'm going to put us back in this room. Everybody sees that room there. We'll just stay in this room here. And you know what? No, screw that. We'll move down. Here on the ground floor. We'll say this is the orphanage and that you guys have gone into this room here, talking into Felix. And you touched the sword to the amulet, and this fella appeared, and he wants to fight you about it.
How's Felix feeling?
Felix has collapsed, and he is lying with his eyes closed on the ground during all this.
Okay.
So this came out of the demon, or just appeared?
Out of the locket.
Or yeah, out of the locket.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
So the child's carrying the dude around.
Oh, I guess we're
Doing it.
Fancy was already writing a song about Chantala and her locket that she stabbed. I guess I'm involved in the initiative. Oh God.
All right. So I think that's that. Everybody, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got no Irina. We got a shadow demon. Let's sort. Monk. What's Monk got?
Monk's gonna move to the fireplace to attack. Without asking questions.
All right. Yuwakala. No good. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Fancy.
Yeah. I am going to. I have this many in front of me. I do believe. I want to use. Does anybody remember the thing I did that gave everybody 5 hit points? I want to do that.
Oh, we all got the 5 hit points?
Hold on. Thought it was a vision smart read. Range. Ah, why can't I find it? That's what I want to do.
All right. This is
It is. Sorry, not Mage Hand. I think it's one of my. Sorry, I don't know.
well. While you figure it out, we'll
Yeah.
proceed to Space
Yeah,
Bear.
keep
You
going,
come
keep
back
going,
to
yeah.
us when you get it. All right, Space Bear.
All right. Let me measure this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to move
no,
to
there
here,
it is.
and I'm going to use a lightning lure.
Okay.
So he needs a strength save DC 13.
Ooh, he critted that, and can you believe that he
Oh.
critted? He got a 15.
Brutal.
He's -5 to strength. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Is
That's
that
it.
half damage on a save or no?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Okay. All right,
I'll hold my
Fancy.
action.
No, did you get it?
No, I'm gonna hold my action for Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay. Shantala.
If that's okay, I can play it when I want. I just want to wait and see what happens.
I don't know. You would be able to better tell me. I don't know Mantle of Inspiration off the top of my head. You know your character probably better than I do.
I
Or
do.
You should.
But I have 3 targets I can choose. When I give them Mantle of Inspiration, they get +5 hit points. It's actually a pretty cool spell. I'll put it up. And they can make a move. It's a sweet spell.
So it's something you can do as a bonus action on your turn.
It is a bonus action on my turn, yeah.
Right. Okay. So is there a reason you didn't want to do it?
No, I was just trying to use it as a
You said
hold
something
action.
about readying your action.
But you're saying it's a bonus action, so you're right. You're calling me on my clock. All right, so I am going to give +5 hit points to Silas, Monk, and is that Chove?
That's Shantala right next to you on the left.
All right,
Chove is on the right.
that's Chove.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Shantala.
Okay.
For the +5 hit points, and you get another thing. When a creature gains these temporary hit points, it could make immediate use
Those
of
are
its
temporary hit
reaction
points.
to its speed. Yeah. But you can immediately move if you want.
Yeah, I will absolutely just immediately move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used your reaction to do it, so
And can I take it from Chove and give it to Space Bear? Because Chove looks like she's comfy.
I don't need it.
All right. Then I'll give it to. Does anybody else want it?
Joe, can you?
Yeah.
You said Shantala, Monk, and Silas.
Yeah, you can leave it at that.
So now you're taking it from Chove. You didn't give it to Chove.
Right. You're right. Call me on it. You're right. I said Shantala, Monk, and I'm not trying to mess up the game. Whatever I said. Yeah. I'm done.
Okay. Shantala. What you got?
Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. All right. 23. That's definitely hit for fire damage on him. Now he is resistant to fire damage, being a shadow. So he only takes 4 points of damage. But he takes it. All right. Anything else for Shantala?
Oh, that was the wrong. Oh, that was the. Never mind. That was not what I meant to do, but never mind.
Oh, you didn't mean to cast Scorching Ray?
No, but that's okay. I did, and it's done.
All right, no problem. We'll be back to you before you know it. What's Evie got?
Evie is absolutely terrified. She's gonna run over here into the corner. Trying to shoot her crossbow. Probably missed badly because she's facing the wrong way.
That is a miss, right? Anything else for Evie?
Oh, I'm terrified. What is that thing?
Chove?
Oh wait, before you go on, that's actually supposed to be 3 separate ranged attacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please make the other 2.
Um,
That sounds right. Yeah. Scorching Ray is
which is
three.
I was confused because I thought I was doing something else.
Right. No, you just gotta roll it 3 times. It's weird. Oh. Take the red card. But you did 3 more damage.
Will it come to me or do I actually have to take it?
You can take it.
Oh, I see. Draw 1.
Right.
There we
Let's
go.
see, what'd you get? Minus 10 after a saving throw. Boo. Saving throw ones are boring. Alright, Chove.
Okay. So I'm gonna get my longbow out, and I'm just gonna take shot. Does it hit? Does a 14 hit?
That does
Okay,
hit.
great. Because then I'm going to cast ensnaring strike on it.
Okay.
So it has to make a strength check, saving throw. Otherwise, it's going to be kept in place by magical vines.
Holy cow, he's got -5 to strength. He is cranking them out on these strength savings.
And my DC is 13, so he beat it just by 1.
Right. Yeah, he is -5 to strength. If anything, this guy should totally be failing strength saves all over
I
the
know,
place.
that's why
And that's 2
did
that
it.
he's made. 2.
Oh,
All right.
and then as my bonus action, I'm just rolling a dreadful strike on that too. So.
Now, your bonus action was ensnaring strike.
Oh, it was. So I couldn't. Okay, never mind. Just get rid of dreadful. It's just 10. It's not 11.
All right. So now the Shadow Demon gets to go. Let's see. What is he going to do? Okay, really, I'm just appraising myself of all these things here, and he's just going to go for a straight out. Let's see. Against the guy with the crazy armor class. Or if
18's not that crazy.
Yeah, but he can clearly see that you're the tougher opponent. And he's smarter than that, so he's thinking take down the softer target. Here comes Monk.
That's at disadvantage because of protection.
Alright. So he still hit. So Monk, take 25 points of damage. The Shadow Demon rakes its hand across your body, and its hand actually passing through you, and you feel the icy touch of death grip your heart for a moment. And then we go to Silas.
Bonus action, I'll cast Shield of Faith. That brings my armor class to 20, and I'm gonna turn and hit it with my flail.
Ooh,
Natural
nice.
20.
Hey.
I'm going to make that a Divine Smite. And it's going to really feel the hurt in a second because that's a crit and it's a fiend. So first level is a fiend, is a crit. Get hit for 68.
Oh, nice.
Holy moly.
And I get to take a blue card.
So is that...
Two of them, I think. No.
That's 37 points of damage?
Yep. My friend actually created a script just for Divine Smites, and it's so handy.
Well, I like playing with Adam. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, now.
Yeah, so I whack it
this
for 30
thing is
points.
vulnerable to radiant damage. It's a shadow.
So that's 60 points of radiant damage.
It had 54 left.
Yeah, I just
you just destroyed that thing.
I just turn and just the most disdainful look ever as I just smash through it with my mace.
Congratulations for a crit with radiant damage that absolutely dissolved this shadow, and it will bother no one ever again.
So I have to
that
say
was-
6 for later, but okay.
That was Annoying. Monk, are you alright?
I could use some healing.
I will cast a first level cure wounds on him.
That is 150 XP each.
That's unfortunate because that rolled the minimum, so I'll give you an additional 15 points from lay on hands.
I can give him
That's
So is
okay,
that-
I'll do
19?
19 total.
something worth.
Sorry, how much was that worth?
150.
Each, or is that total?
150 each.
Okay.
Yeah. Chove goes immediately over to the kid and checks if he's okay now.
He doesn't have the dark circles around his eyes like he once did, though he still seems certainly withdrawn and a little traumatized by his experience. It's at this time Mistress Claudia bursts into the room and says, "It's a miracle! Milovaj is awake."
Did you know that there was a demon in this child?
She had no idea. However, did you? She wasn't in the room when it happened, and there's
Well, it
not
was a minor inconvenience, so nothing there.
Who's Milovaj?
But
where's
Milovaj
Milovaj?
was the teenager who was so
The
helpful
church?
Oh, right.
to both that he had fallen ill lately, and that was one of the reasons why Father Lucian and Mistress Claudia were so overworked, was because they didn't have their usual helper Milovaj with them. He had fallen into a catatonic state and had been down for days, and they had no idea what was wrong with him. And seemingly at the same exact moment you vanquished the demon, Milovaj awoke and was able to relay that the shadow that he had learned of the demon's existence, and that it had hit him with a strong and powerful curse that laid him up, and he was conscious, but he couldn't move or do anything. And he'd been trapped like that for days, and only when you finally vanquished the demon did it release its
I believe
grip on
I
him.
hit the demon harder than that curse.
Right. You knocked the curse right out of the park.
Right. This place makes me uncomfortable. I'll be outside if you don't mind. And I'll stroll right out of the building.
Felix is still not feeling any better.
Right.
Evie is also concerned.
Say again.
Evie is also very concerned about Freaky Felix.
Freaky Felix has not had an easy day, but better days are ahead for him for sure. Thanks to you.
Evie will building too.
And with that, okay, so you have significantly helped out with the situation here at the orphanage. Father
Before
Lucian.
we leave?
Yes, before you leave.
Before we leave the orphanage, I'm going to slip the lady, I forgot her name, 10 gold pieces.
Claudia.
For the kid. Yeah, Claudia, for
right.
10 gold pieces.
Oh,
Take care for the...
She thanks you very much, and says that she'll mention you in her prayers tonight. Your kindness, for children that you have such little investment in is admirable. It shows your charitable heart. Now,
It's nothing, just take...
with all the excitement of Milovaj being back awake, some of the children ran next door and actually gathered Father Lucian, who came to see the good news for himself. And so he's actually there at the orphanage now, and goes to pull you aside. And as he explains that he has another bit of business that he wanted to ask if you could help help with?
Well,
know,
what kind of business do you have, Father?
Everybody's asking for help, I know. Father Lucian explains that until recently, the church was protected from the evil depredations of the land by a holy relic called the Bones of Saint Andrel. These bones were sealed in a crypt beneath the church's main altar. He explains now, though, that the church is at risk because sometime in the past few nights, someone broke into the crypt and stole the bones. He has no idea who it could have been. He says, in fact, until recently, Father Lucian was the only person to even know about the bones, and the only person he can even think he mentioned them to is he told young Yeska, the altar boy, for lack of a better word. He mentioned it to Yeska about a month ago because the boy was having trouble sleeping, and Father Lucian wanted him to feel secure that he was protected. But every time Father Lucian has tried to question the boy, he hasn't been able to get anywhere, and he feels like the boy is holding something back, and he's afraid, and maybe talking to someone else would help loosen his tongue.
Okay, looks like we'll either need to take the scary approach or the sweet talker approach. So, who wants to do it, Fancy or Silas?
Father, can I talk to you for a second? As charitable as the rest of this group may be, you're asking me to do work for a church that I do not recognize, and I'd like to know what's in for me.
He says the feeling of good in your heart.
That's not gonna do it. This is something specifically that my god prohibits.
What?
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 God prohibits helping out?
Meddling in the affairs of other deities and their followers.
Oh. Well.
I cannot do that work.
Well, maybe,
Well, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you there.
Well, perhaps some of your fellows would feel more charitable about the idea.
As I said, they are much more charitable. I simply must respect the code that I'm bound to, and I hope you can understand that.
Of course.
All right, looks like we're doing this the sweet talker way. Fancy, get ready.
yeah. So, where is the boy?
He's at the church now. He says perhaps, with him being off grounds, it would be a good, ideal time for you to question him.
So, does he live there, or does he go home to parents?
He actually lives at the church.
Okay. So he hasn't been around anybody else that you know of?
He can't think of any, no.
Huh. Well, I definitely want to find the relics.
I think that's a good idea. How old is this boy?
Yeska is 9.
Oh.
Oh, little kid.
Yeah.
So maybe if we send in Everett and Fancy to talk to him? Evie.
Well, maybe
Want to do that?
rest of us should just go and hang around in the background just in case.
I was about to say, maybe we might need to take a stop at the toy shop. See if maybe we can persuade him
There's
through
a
that.
toy shop? There's a toy shop?
There
I
is.
can take Evie there if you'd like, just...
Okay. Oh, let's go.
I'll take Evie over to the toy shop.
I have given you a handout to look at Blinsky's wonderful toys.
That's a little bit creepy.
Word wonderful.
Miniature gallows.
Oh my
Very nice.
See, I thought maybe we could go get toys for the kids, but
I think it's a good idea.
wait a
Maybe
minute.
not.
For all the kids?
What's
or
that
for-
last one?
The doll that
The
looks
doll?
remarkably like Irina. What's so hard to understand about that? That's
a little
also
weird.
really creepy.
That might be
That is
something
cool.
to ask about.
Look, was dummy. Oh boy.
The Strahd dummy could come in handy later.
Okay, are we going to the toy stop? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll
Are we
start
stop?
heading over there
Why are you going to the toy shop?
because I'm not going to interfere in the dealings of another church. Because
Okay.
I was thinking we were gonna find happier toys.
Yeah,
and,
right.
That we could like take to give to the boy.
Just like as
But-
a peace offering, like we come in as friends. But I think this would send the wrong message.
Definitely.
We're your friends.
Have some
Handsome Gallo. Exactly.
Maybe he likes this sort of stuff.
Well,
Different
you know what?
world,
We found the
different taste.
intimidating way without Silas, at least.
it's not
Right.
that hard to find an intimidating way. You don't need me for that.
Okay, so
So
where am I going?
Blinsky, the heavy set. Actually, there's probably some text here. I should probably do this proper. Let me see here. So this cramped shop has a dark entrance portico above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." Valaki's toy maker is a man by the name of Gadolf Blinsky. He calls himself the Wizard of Tiny Wonders. He has been consumed by despair lately because no one seems to like him or want his toys. His fascination for eerie playthings causes most other locals to avoid him. The burgomaster helps keeping him in business by sending him a couple of gold pieces a month to make festival decorations. He's a heavy-set man who wears a moth-eaten jester's cap, and when you enter, he recites a well-rehearsed greeting. "Welcome, friends, to the house of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little toy for a girl or boy."
I will gesture to the to Evie.
Hi, you have anything that I could that I would like to play with?
And he oh yes, and he begins showing you his assortment of toys, including some of those listed in the shop handout.
You wouldn't just have a teddy bear.
Yes,
I
he has a teddy bear. It's got teeth, like sharp teeth and claws, but it's a teddy bear.
Cute.
That's a little wild thing.
Does Evie see the doll that looks like Irina?
Yes, you do. It's sitting on the shelf. It doesn't have a price tag on it though.
Oh, look at this one. This looks like Irina.
Oh,
a doll that looks like Irina?
Blinsky pipes in. "That one is not for sale. That is a special order for one of my regular customers."
That's a little strange, don't you think?
You say it looks like someone you know, eh?
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's funny.
Right, Silas?
Far too similar.
Well,
It's the only
just
one, though,
a
right?
doll. Yeah, that's the only
Only
one you
one, though,
see.
right?
Right.
You don't mind me asking who commissioned such a piece?
He he seems to get a little nervous. He's a very particular gentleman who would probably not like me talking about his business. Can we talk? Just leave it at that.
Does the doll have a name?
No,
Curious.
he's unless if he names them, I don't know what he names them.
Okay.
M.
Has he
Oh,
ever asked for?
I shouldn't say.
Has he ever asked for these dolls before?
It is not my place to discuss his business. He is a particular man, and he will beat me up if he knows I said something to upset him.
Okay, so
He threatens
he's
to
got
burn
a-
down my shop. He's not a nice fellow, you see. Not like you.
So she's got a stalker. Fantastic. It's just when I thought this place couldn't get any creepier.
A little creeped out. That's saying something.
He says the dolls are modeled on a description that is given to him by the customer.
Out of curiosity, how much did he pay for this doll?
Well, he doesn't exactly pay, you see. I really do not feel comfortable talking about this.
Well,
Please, perhaps you would like to buy something.
We have other dolls?
I have many dolls.
well, I'm here. I might as well ask you. And I'll again ask him the same question that I ask literally every NPC. If he's seen the people I'm looking for.
He hasn't, no.
Well, that's a shame.
While you're doing that, I'm going to try and steal the Irina doll.
Okay, make a stealth
Wait.
check.
Wait, can I make a perception check to see if I notice this?
Yes, in fact, we won't even roll for that. You can see Evie is starting to get the 5-finger itch.
Okay, I'm gonna just
Hold on a second.
grab the hand before she can even get close.
Shh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Evie? No. The gentleman said it's not for sale. I will take you out of the store.
Irina might like it.
And you won't... listen, I don't think it was made for her. We don't... we haven't met her yet in person. But for right now, let's not, commit a crime. Okay? Let's not, okay? I will take you out of the shop. Okay? So pick something and let's not steal while we're here.
Okay. I'd like the ventriloquist dummy.
Okay, it's yours for the low price of
I'll pay for it.
It says 9 silver. I guess that should say 90 copper instead is what it should read.
Thank you. Did you actually pay for that, Silas? Thank you. That's
yeah,
very
I'll
nice
just
of
pay
you.
for it.
Aw.
This place makes me uncomfortable. Then again, that's most places. I'm sorry, that gentleman that commissioned this piece, do you know when he's going to come around to collect it? I would love to make his acquaintance.
He doesn't have a set schedule. He comes when he feels it. I don't know exactly when he will be in.
Do you know when he was last in?
Please, I cannot discuss this man anymore with you. If he found out I was telling his business to strangers, he would be very upset.
Everybody has a price. How much would you want for that information?
You would pay me? Or
I'm very curious about this gentleman.
I don't would 5 gold?
Yeah, I'll put down another 5 gold.
His name is Isaac.
Isaac.
He is the burgomaster's henchman, and he does not pay for the dolls. He says if I do not make them for them, he will burn down my shop. He is not a nice gentleman, and he has a demon arm. He is a very foul individual.
Well, I appreciate the
But
information.
please, you
Thank you.
cannot ever tell him I said any of this. He is very mean.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. If there's anything you need, please, just call on Blinsky.
Did you say
I
he
will.
has a demon arm?
Yes, a foul black thing that he uses. He can conjure fire from his fist.
Oh, okay.
He's
And
most
how do you spell his name?
Izek.
Thank you. Right, well, I didn't hear that from you, and I'm gonna exit the toy shop.
You didn't get anything. Well, I've got the ventriloquist on me. Maybe the boy would like that.
We should probably tell Irina that she's got a,
Liar.
stalker.
Yes. I didn't like him. That was weird.
If he has him make these dolls, I'm curious how many this Izek guy actually has. And at the same time, I also don't want to know.
It may be that he's working for somebody else because we know she already has a stalker.
Yeah, I don't know if the vampire wants dolls when he clearly has access to her.
But is he getting it for him or the Burgermeister?
And he could potentially be getting it for the Burgermaster. That's always a possibility. I mean, if I had a weird...
Ritual?
Well, at least we know Irina was around here at some point.
Yeah, maybe she's not as safe as, maybe she's not safe here after all.
Maybe she should stick with us. She already vampire after her and wants a dog.
Sorry, your mic's really low. I couldn't hear you.
Maybe she should stay with us.
That might be safe, but, I mean, if we plan on leaving this village, that's not exactly the safest, group to travel with. We seem to run into a lot of danger.
Okay. Do we want to head over to the kid and talk with him?
From the
Yes.
orphanage.
The orphanage again, or does anyone else want to do some
Right.
shopping?
No, isn't he at the church?
The one who just woke up, or the
Yeah,
one
Yeska.
with the
Yeska
demon?
is the altar boy at the church.
Fancy just wants Blinsky to deliver some toys to the orphanage.
Right. If you're all going to the church, I will just head back to the inn.
Fancy, that was a nice thing to do. Have the kids have new toys. Silas, don't go. Come on, come with us.
I was about to say, if you had said something, I would have helped you pay for that. Poor kids.
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to mix myself into their affairs, and
Fancy's all about
frankly, just going near that place is giving me just a strange vibe.
Okay. Well, why don't you stay outside? Because we need you.
If it pleases you, I'll stay outside.
So, any other business at the toy shop?
Besides getting him to deliver toys to the orphanage, that's like literally across the street. No,
But he needs money to do that. You're telling him, or are you paying him to do it?
well, we could go into business together, couldn't we?
Well, let's start talking some money here. You have a price list of what his toys cost. How many would you like to buy? You know, there's 10 kids over at the orphanage.
Yes. And if we put on a show where we,
But here,
put
I'm
over your
asking you.
toys.
I'm asking you. Are you spending
Yeah.
money?
Oh, money? No.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, is there any other business to be conducted at the toy shop?
I mean, there is, but you don't want to go that far. So
No,
we'll be
it
there
would.
until 12.
You've got to give him money. If you pay him, if you want to buy 10 toys and send them to the orphanage, you deduct the money from your thing, and it's done.
Yeah, that's not how fancy works.
All right, gotcha. I gotcha.
Pay
All
them
right.
free.
Not about paying for things.
So where does the group want to head? We got a couple of quieter folks who've been hiding in the back during this. Shantala, Space Bear, Monk. What are your thoughts?
So I don't really
Church?
have. Go ahead.
Well, at some point, I want to go to the apothecary, but I think we should just go to the church.
Okay. And what were you saying, Chris?
Oh, I don't necessarily have anything specific I want to do in town. So I'm good with whatever everyone else is up to.
Very good. Okay. All right. So with that stuff done, let me. You know what? In the meantime,
What's-
there's no reason I can't give you the apothecary list here. He has a bunch of things for sale, but it's not clear what their necessary health benefits are, and that is why the effect is unknown. You're gonna have to take one on faith, and to find out what anyone does.
No. No.
Actually, this is a good segue into offline stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to work on stuff while you're offline,
Right. So there is the apothecary price list, just for you to look over at any point. You can see there are a number of healing options available to customers from a modest price of 15 gold all the way up to almost 3,000. And we kind of roll back through town and get back to the church. Now, Father Lucian is back on the grounds. I think I've even got a map for this. Let me see if we can transfer us here. St. Andrew's Church. Let me drop your guys' tokens. Here's Chove. And we Evie still, right?
Father Lucian, one of my all-time faves.
There we go. All right, and let me pop open the doors. So the similar layout to this church as the church in Barovia, but this building is in much better condition. I'm going to go ahead and open all the doors so you can see into all the rooms. Not that there's all that many of them, but you can see a busy and active church. Father Lucian is in there, and he's got a whole bunch of his congregation in there with him. They are generally there all times of day and night. And Father Lucian is doing his thing, and you can see Yeska tending to some things on the altar.
Shall we go inside?
Let's see, what do I have here?
shit.
Lots of people in here.
Yeah. Well, who's gonna talk to Jessica?
Did we decide if we're going to intimidate or we're going to sweet talk? But we're going to sweet talk.
Might as
Sweet
well
talk
start
first.
that way.
Evie's going to go around this way.
Jove, maybe?
Yeah, this is it's kind of a Chove thing, right?
It has become a Jove thing.
Fancy doesn't do churches.
Come on, Chove, you can do it.
So you see, Yeska is there, and Father Lucian makes eye contact with you and understands that the understanding between you and him is that you are going to try to get out of Yeska what he couldn't, and that he thinks Yeska either took the bones or told somebody about them, and he's not sure which. But up until recently, nobody knew about the bones except Father Lucian, and again, Yeska is the only one he told.
Do you know her?
That is an old woman sitting in the front pew, and she is sitting and praying, focused a little bit more than the others, as if she's praying for a specific purpose.
Come on, Chove, I'll follow you.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what we're supposed to do.
Uh,
In church. I've never been in a church while it's been in service.
Me
Well,
either.
it's not in service. There's people
Oh.
inside, but it's not a formal service.
Okay. Yeah, to Chove it looks like a service. She's just never dealt with religion in this sense, so she just doesn't really know what the protocols are. So she's just a little petrified by the idea of like, if I do something wrong, we can get in trouble, and then I'll be like Silas, and I don't want to be like Silas because he's given us enough trouble. Like muttering to herself in a low voice, and I think Evie's like hearing this because she's having like a little panic attack.
I am. But that's all right. Let's go. We can do this. This will be fun. Oh,
Yeah, you're definitely like pulling me along.
Hey, come on.
So
I know.
Yeska
I'll
is
sit-
doing
I'll sit
some
next-
of his chores that you can see
Here.
his things.
I don't think there's enough room for me.
Up to him. Hi, are you doing Neska?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I've never seen anyone with
just-
blue skin before.
I don't get a lot of sun. I know I walk outside all the time. We were just at the toy shop.
Oh, Blinsky's?
Ah,
Weird place.
He has the best toys in town.
what's your favorite?
I like the horses and the toy soldiers.
I didn't see any of those.
Because we bought them.
Oh, you have some now?
No, he in fact doesn't. But there are some at the orphanage.
Do you? I like horses too. Horses are great. Ever talk to horses?
No.
You should. They have a lot to say.
Do all
Very
blue
quiet
people
in here.
talk to horses?
What? Yes. Yes, we do. Those of us who know how.
Yeah, I was about
Weird.
to say I can talk to horses, but I use magic.
See, she could talk to horses too.
Ooh.
This is creeping me out. It's very quiet. How come it's so quiet? Just picking at her cloak, being very nervous, looking around. What's everybody doing?
It's like there's always people here at the church who are worried and afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid of the night mostly. Bad
Isn't
things
this place
come in the
protected?
night. Well,
This place protected?
bad things don't come into the church.
Stay here in the church. Who protects them? Right, Joe.
Oh no, I was just about to say, yeah, this is a pretty scary place sometimes, I hear. How do you feel about living here?
It is scary sometimes, but there's no place else to go.
Why is this place so protected?
I am not supposed to say.
It's okay. Us. Just talking.
Why is it something magic? And like she's like whispering, like wrong hand on the side of the face, like
And Yeska gives you a nod.
Oh, there's magic here. And the magic.
I'm not supposed to say. And he kind of points in Father Lucian's direction.
Oh, he won't hear you. Okay. Why don't you tell Chove here?
Use insight.
I'll
Make an
greet this-
insight check.
okay. Should we both make one?
Yeah.
All right. Is my insight? Yeah, my insight's good.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. Great. He's trying to tell you that he's operating under the instructions of Father Lucian not to tell anyone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's
yeah.
been specifically told, don't tell anyone about this.
Okay. Okay, cool. You don't have to tell us about this. I can tell this is like really important to you,
Yeah.
but like, you don't have to tell us, but like, have you told anyone else by any chance?
And he immediately looks down at his feet.
It's okay if you did. We're not gonna get you in trouble. We're just curious.
Why don't you make a persuasion check?
Oh God. Oh God. No. Okay, wait. Oh, my religion's worse. Okay.
Hey, nice.
Don't fear the dice.
Oh, thank God. I forgot. I have another character that I'm playing in a different campaign, and my two lowest stats are charisma and intelligence, and I always mix the two up. This one's intelligence. That's the worst.
So Yeska tells you he didn't mean to, but Milivaj was teasing him when he blurted it out.
Oh, someone bullying you?
Well, Milivaj was he's always play teasing me,
Hmm.
and I
Okay.
forgot for a second that I wasn't supposed to say it.
Okay.
He said
Well-
vampires were gonna come get me, and I said nuh-uh because of the bones. And then I
Mm.
remembered I wasn't supposed to say.
It was sneaky of him, wasn't it?
Very sneaky.
I'm sorry. Please don't tell Father Lucian I told anybody. He'll never trust me with anything again.
No, your secret's safe with us, right, Joe?
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm not sure what, the father's roles are exactly. I didn't exactly grow up around temples, but he seems like a very kind man. We won't tell him per se, but thank you for telling us. But I wouldn't be afraid if he knew.
And he says, okay, and he starts going back to his work.
All right. Chove is definitely gonna start making her way out, and she's just gonna kind of give Space Bear a look and be like, we got the info. We might want to talk about this somewhere else. And then make her way over to Monk and whisper the same thing. And then try and give Shantala a quick wave and be like, come on, let's head out. Talk
Did
about
you-
this.
Did you ask where we can find the boy?
We talked to the boy. I'll tell you, but he did tell someone we'll talk about this in private. Some more. Maybe step into the side room and just... Or, do we want to tell Silas?
Yeah, I think we should. We should tell everybody.
I mean, he doesn't want to be involved, so that's my question.
I don't think. Well, no. I mean, he's not going to do anything with the information.
Yeah.
Let's get more information first.
I waved to Father Lucian. Bye. I have no idea what you're supposed to do in
Bye.
church.
Yeah, Chove's also in a way thinking this child might know something she doesn't.
Yeah. Fancy knows what churches are about. He respects them.
Now, by coincidence, newly recovered because of what you did to get the demon out of the orphanage, Milovaj is actually on the church grounds and is doing a little bit of work.
Okay, great. Chove is gonna just look at him and say, "Hey, you over there. We need to talk."
And he recognizes you from the orphanage, and he says, "Yeah, what is it?"
So I was just informed that you found out about something you were not supposed to find out about. And they have gone missing. So I have to ask, in between the demon and you teasing, what's the kid's name again, Yeska?
Yeska, right?
And you teasing Yeska, did you happen to, I don't know, investigate anything having to do with some holy artifact?
Listen, because of what you did at the orphanage, I'm gonna come clean with you. You have to understand, there were 3 kids, young boys, went missing from the orphanage. We think they got lost outside the walls. I contracted some of the local hunters to go look for them, but I needed money to hire them. And somebody told me that if I took the bones, that Henrik, who runs the coffin shop, would pay me for them. And I thought it was all just superstition, and we had real world problems that I needed money, to solve. And I didn't think that some moldy old bones were worth it. But yes, I did take them, and I did give them to Henrik.
Chove is just pacing at this point, just frustrated. Okay.
I don't know why Henrik wanted them.
Okay, let me just talk with my associates here. Okay, so turns out the bones were sold off to the coffin guy, whatever a coffin is. So it looks like we're gonna have to give the shopkeep a visit to figure out what happened to the bones.
A coffin is a box that some people put dead bodies in before putting them in the ground.
Yes.
Okay, we don't really do that where I'm from.
Every once in a while, I get asked to play a dirge. I don't like it, but out of respect.
Well, anyway, we're gonna have to go to the coffin shop as our next point of interest.
That's here in town?
It
I
is.
believe so.
It is over on the east side of town, over here.
Shall we
And,
follow the old road?
and that
Yeah,
is
see, it's full
what
coffee.
we will do. We will head on over now. It's getting closer to noon time, though it's not noon yet. But definitely close. And you cross
Alice coming with us?
town. You go the I don't know. I guess the town's about a mile wide by the looks of things. Yeah. So it takes you a good 15 minutes to get all the way across town, but you do. You get back over here, and you are outside of the coffin shop. So the uninviting shop is 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All of the window shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment.
So we go up and knock on the door? Or is it open?
The door is not locked. You knock on the door, and it's barred shut from within. And a voice from within shouts, "We're closed! Go away!"
I need to talk to you.
And there's no answer.
What kind of door is this?
It is a heavy iron-bound wooden door.
Will you walk around the back and see if there's another entrance?
Yeah, let me. I have a map for the coffin maker's shop, so I'm going to go ahead and drop us on it.
Please suggest something to Cho. Why don't you tell him we're on a mission from God?
Does that work?
Okay, everybody should be there now.
Ah, there is a door. I see one. Another
Right,
door.
There is another door.
This one locked?
It is, yes. Every window of Henrik's shop is a latticework of iron fitted with squares of frosted glass and locked from the inside. The outside doors of the shop are barred shut from within.
I'm gonna knock on the door again.
Go away! Leave me alone!
I'm sorry to disturb you at this moment. I know you're closed. We just have some questions that we'd like to ask you.
There's no response.
I'll knock again even louder.
And there is no response.
And I'll walk back to the door. Well, if you're looking for the bones, they're probably in there.
Yep, looks really suspicious, doesn't it?
We knock on this door?
There's
Yeah.
no answer when you knock at that door.
We have a dead body we need a box for. Shh, don't tell him I'm lying. Bang, bang, bang. What do I do with this dead body?
Hmm.
You got to keep going with it.
Who might have influence over the coffin maker? The Burgermeister around it all, have we? But the toy maker
Priest.
and
Father.
that there was one. Somebody mentioned it.
I put my ventriloquist dummy to the window and make believe I'm Strahd.
Make a deception check.
Perception?
Deception.
Deception? Okay. Oh, that's going to go badly. Oh, it didn't go badly.
You only needed a 50, so you're halfway there almost.
Okay. You didn't buy my Strahd act. I'm running back to the group.
I mean,
No, that's not really a.
can we afford to just come back, or is that outside of possibility?
Sounds like we have to break in.
Yeah, I was about to say the bones are supposed to protect the people.
Breaking in sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, it doesn't seem that they would protect just anybody.
Could try to force the door open.
Well, I don't have any strength. I don't force doors, so.
Yeah. We don't have a rogue to break in.
Silence.
Sorry, did someone say my name?
It's just a little kicking down of a door.
I'll help you.
Shoves in.
I'm not breaking into this store.
When was the
Try,
last
I'm not
time you
bad.
kicked in the door?
We're all together.
This isn't Blinsky's place, is it?
No, I was just while you guys were talking, I was going through handouts that I had to make public to you.
Well, the guy is obviously guilty because he's not letting us in.
I mean, sure, but I don't believe breaking into his store will put a good impression of ourselves in this town, and I don't particularly want to get kicked out of this place yet.
That Milajov sent us.
Unless you can give me a good reason, I'm not going to kick in that door.
So
There's
my
poutine behind it.
I could open the door.
Sorry.
I could try to
That's
pick the door
maybe
open.
Now the door is barred from within.
It's barred on the on the inside,
Right.
so the lockpicks wouldn't work.
All the windows are barred too.
They are.
Strange for a coffin shop.
Is there any entrance to a basement or something?
Nothing you can see like that.
Can I see through the windows?
They're all frosted glass, and it's
Okay.
not lit with inside, so it all looks pretty dark.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just doing a quick walk around the perimeter. Yeah, this doesn't.
Anyone check the roof?
Can anyone get up on the roof?
I can spider and climb up there.
Yeah, it is a 2-story building. So there's definitely a second floor, and then the roof on top of that. It's a steep roof.
Are the upper level windows barred also?
They are, right. It's like the design of the window is that it's iron, like lattice work, with glass in it. So it's less that the window's barred. It's just the entire structure of the window is such that it's an iron grate.
Right.
If you want to break the window, I can I'm something small and go in there and open the door for you. Try to open the door from the inside.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually. Well, or at least you could see what's going on.
It would be a DC 20 strength athletics check to pop open the door.
From the inside?
No, to get it from the outside. That would be effectively bending the bar that was holding it shut, popping it loose.
But if I go inside...
Oh,
could
if
I
you go
just
inside,
simply
you can
unlatch
just
it?
undo it, right? Oh, I see what you're saying. Go like spider, crawl into the crack in the door.
Or become a mouse or something.
Right. Yeah, no, that's totally only limited by the number of times you can shape change.
Just had my long rest, so I'm good. Somebody's got to break the window.
All right.
You can get in. If you were to be a spider, you could definitely get in through the cracks in the door.
Does anybody want me to do this? Because I don't know what'll happen when I get in there.
Go for it.
Just
Plan
don't, you're going to have to become yourself to open the door, and don't do that unless it's safe.
Just
Come back
do it.
out as a spider if it's not safe.
Take a look inside, and then make a decision.
Stop thinking
Okay.
about it and just
There's-
do it.
Really got to be a better way to go about this than breaking into his store.
What do you suggest?
We
Little-
could wait till later and see
A
if he
little
pops up.
arachnid reconnaissance might be just what the doctor ordered.
Perhaps we could go talk to the burgomaster.
Let's stop listening to this wet blanket and just go in.
All right. I am now a spider.
And you want to go in through
I can-
the front door?
I should have asked you that before I became a spider. Yes, I'll go through.
All right. So I'm going to put you in this room. Now you're a tiny little spider on the floor, and this is what you see.
Okay, I'm going to walk around a little bit. I want to see a lot of things. Okay.
Let
Nothing
me
looks
let
too
me read
ominous.
you the description of the room here. So this workshop contains everything a carpenter needs to make coffins and furniture. The sturdy work tables stretch the length of the west wall.
Okay. It's at the very end. Can I go buy him? I can buy him, right?
Right.
All the doors
Why
are
don't you
closed.
roll a stealth check?
Let's stealth check as a spider. What that would be? Is it just me?
Yeah, just roll a d20, see what you get.
Oh, let's go do my stealth. I'll do a d20 instead.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Pulling around on the tables.
All right. Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. As you went by him, he saw you move and reflectively stepped on you.
Ow!
So he did. How many hit points does the spider have?
I had to look it up. I don't think much.
Yeah, I think
Actually, I thought it
one.
was like 4.
Was
is
it
it one?
really? Is it really 4?
I don't know. I have to look it up. I
All right,
wasn't
let me
prepared
see.
for that. I
Let
thought I
me
was
see.
just going to run in and run out.
And you went right by him. Hit points. Hit points. Hit points 1. So I guess that
Oh.
means you change back, right?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
And I'm going to run. Ah!
So-
Open the door and get out.
So he steps on this spider, and it turns into a little girl. And he freaks out and falls over backwards. So he's prone now on his back because of this thing, and you get the door unlocked and unlatched before he can react at all.
Ah! He stepped on me. Stepped on me. I don't know who he is, but he stepped on me. Come in here and help me. Ah!
Silas is just face palming so hard right now. Look,
Yeah, I
if
got
you're
the door open. And by the way, I'd taken,
job.
because it was 2 hit points. One of them was a spider. I get the other one, right?
You take the
First-
overflow damage,
Takes
right?
the other.
And this man Henrik is on his ass, frankly, and startled to bejesus.
And Evie points and says, "He stepped on me." Ow.
Oh, why wouldn't
Or
you let
kick
us in?
So this is Henrik. And Henrik just has his hands up, and he's on his knees, and he's begging, please, please, please don't hurt me, please, please. What do you want?
Well, maybe you can help us with something that's gone missing. That we heard you might have in your possession, some bones from the church.
He says, they made me do it. Look, you have to understand. They made me do it. The bones are upstairs. They're in the bedroom wardrobe.
Who made you take
Someone
the
want to go check that?
He says he didn't know when he agreed to take the boxes. He didn't know what was in them.
So who are they who made you do this?
The vampires.
Oh shit!
Dun, dun, dun.
Vampires plural?
Yes, he said. This nobleman came to my shop some months ago, and he paid me handsomely to take on some cargo and to store it in my shop, and I didn't know that these creatures were inside, and they've been operating out of my shop for months, commanding me to do all sorts of things. I've been afraid for my life. If I didn't follow their command, they'd kill me.
Why did you walk away?
Oh, I was gonna go get Silas and be like, "There might be vampires.
Oh, okay.
I know
Okay.
you don't like the undead."
Fancy a wait.
Henrik, now that your secret is out, do you mind if I enter? I dislike breaking and entering, much unlike my allies.
Great guy.
I don't give a holy hell what you do.
Fantastic.
So are they up there now?
And he nods his head. Yes.
How many people are up there?
He says, I only deal with one of them. I try not to go in the room. But I took
So you don't know.
I took on 6 of the crates. Oh, excuse me, 8 of them. 8 crates.
8?
The bones are still up there?
Vampire?
He says
Up there?
I put the bones in the bedroom wardrobe upstairs.
And where are the
That would be
boxes?
Bedroom
lights,
wardrobe.
speakers, wardrobe.
I'd say after.
So are the vampires in these coffins in the next room?
He says no. They came in these giant crates filled with earth, and they sleep inside them.
And they're in the
And where are they?
In the on the second floor storage.
Oh.
Well, let's go pay us a visit.
And the stairs up are right here.
He's so pissed at Monk because it's in his contract. He has to follow him. So let's go.
Let's go.
Vampires?
Vampire killing.
Like
Vampires.
The one thing Fancy always hated about Barovia.
Yeah.
I'll start making my way up there because, I mean, someone's got to lead.
Yeah.
So,
Terrified.
where's the bedroom with the wardrobe? Is it also upstairs?
He says, if you
Oh,
go
I mean-
upstairs, take a right for the bedroom. That the storage is on the left.
Quick question. What time is it?
It is just about noontime right now.
Okay, so we're okay right now.
So, are there windows upstairs in the storage?
Here you go, Monk.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Harness Divine Power
Hold on
and
a sec, Monk,
regain
you're
a
in
spell
here.
slot.
Monk, you keep moving through a wall. I don't know how you keep doing it.
So that'll bring me back up to two spells.
All right, and you've got a
That's
door.
a
A door on either side of you up at the top of the stairs there.
Look, I'll help you with the vampires, but the bones are something I cannot deal with.
So, I can't see myself or anybody else. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
And I will open the door to this room because he said right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the right door. I don't see the key to open the door.
I got it right here.
Okay. I will walk into the room.
So this large, drafty room is strung with cobwebs and takes up most of the upper floor. Stacks of wooden planks lie amid several crates marked junk.
You said the door on the right, though, right? So that
Yeah, not
Right.
it's that one.
But the right side is this side if we're walking up from this direction.
No, but if you're walking up the stairs, that's the left.
Oh, right. No, sorry. I got my left and rights mixed up.
All right. Yeah, I will go and Actually, you know what? I will follow Silas because I also get my lefts and rights mixed up.
So on the other side, you see a small kitchen with a square table in there.
Well, he said they were in boxes, right?
He did.
You might want to stand back, and I'm gonna open this box once people. Well, I'm gonna open this box when people get back.
Okay. Let me see. So
Go through this door.
you open this crate, Silas, and it contains mostly old junk. Let me open that other door for you there, Shirtala.
Okay.
He
Can I-
soiled my armor.
Can I go ahead and use a divine sense in here?
Oh yes, you are picking up the presence of undead strongmen.
Does it give me a like sort of a side of the room, or?
I don't believe it indicates a direction. It just gives you a yes or no within 60 feet. Now,
You know the
Shantala,
location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
there you go. Then they are in the northern part of the room.
The vampires are over here.
Now, Shantala, the modest bedchamber you're in holds a cot with several well-made pieces of
Monk,
furniture,
step back.
including a wardrobe.
Right. Are the bones in the wardrobe?
You don't see anything in the wardrobe, but make a perception check. Nice.
Nice.
Get a card with it. You found a false compartment, a secret compartment in the base, and inside the compartment are two sacks. One of the sacks it's a large one that contains the bones of Saint Andrel, and the smaller sack contains 30 silver pieces and 12 electrum pieces.
Oh. Wonder what that
Silver's good.
paid.
Can handle the bones.
Right. And
Even though I didn't find it, can I use this good luck card if
yes.
someone else found it?
Oh yeah, yeah. To double that loot, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Make it 60 silver and 24 electrum. Just play that blue card to double the loot.
Oh.
There we go. All right. 60
Exchange that silver somewhere.
Or use it to silver weapons.
Or that.
Yep. 60 silver. Somebody adding that to the party treasury?
60 silver and 24
Electrum.
EP.
Yep. All right.
So could you
if
collect the rest of our members.
so that one box you opened didn't have anything in it.
So are the bones small enough for me to put in my pack?
Yes.
Right. I'm collecting the bones.
Okay.
Guys, we think Silas found the vampires.
So I don't have access to the party treasury.
Let me see about that.
If you've got the bones, don't we just leave?
Oh, you know what? For some reason, I
Problem
didn't have
with
the
the
editing set right. You
vampires.
should be able to edit it now.
All right, thanks.
We could, however, we know there's vampires who will probably come after us if we don't deal with them now.
Oh,
Also,
I
it'd
like
probably be a good-
vampires.
Yeah, it'd also probably be a good idea to figure out why they wanted these bones.
Good idea. Nervous.
Alright, so they're in this room if you guys want to come and fight some vampires.
If we're going to fight them, let me prepare one thing before we begin. And I'm going to walk up to just around one of the boxes.
Okay.
And if I'm gonna hold can I hold an action before a combat?
I suppose you can ready an action as before a combat. Sure.
If someone would like to open one of the boxes and trigger and try and awaken them, I'm gonna prepare necrotic shroud.
Are there any windows in this upstairs
They
storage room?
are. They are all boarded up, but there are little windows about. I think there's. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows in here.
Might not be a bad idea to maybe,
Would it be possible to
Actually,
remove the boards?
it would probably be better if each of you were to open one box, because my power only works with line of sight, and I'm not sure if they're all just going to spring into action immediately or if it's just be one at a time.
So, do we know enough about vampires to know that, like, can they be out in the light? Do we have to, like, drive a stake through them to kill them while they're laying there?
I think between all of you, it's safe to say that you would know some common, at least common beliefs about vampires.
yeah. I was about to say, Chove's favorite enemy is undead, so I think
Right.
she would have some, like, handy knowledge on vampires and how to deal with them.
Some of the things that are considered common lore about vampires is that they are sensitive to sunlight. That a
should
stake
break a
to
window.
the heart would destroy them. That they're harmed by running water, and that they can't enter a house without an invitation. These are some of the things that are commonly believed about vampires.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we should take extra precaution and onboard some of these windows.
Yep, I like that idea.
Now, if we're going to start doing that, we're going to have to start making stealth checks to see if any of your activity awakens them.
If they're going to do that, at the first sign of trouble, can I just hold an action to use the necrotic shroud?
We'll give you advantage on your initiative. How about that?
Okay, that also works because
Alright.
my initiative is 0.1.
But if anybody wants to start disarming windows, we need to start doing stealth checks.
Or we could just light up the inside of this, ourselves. Right?
With a torch.
Oh, I mean, like I could make light in this room.
The
Well, we
question
want
is,
the
would that
sunlight.
affect the vampires, though?
It's not so much for the
Oh,
light.
does it have to be sunlight?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, generally it's believed that sunlight hypersensitivity.
Okay. Well, it would be quiet, but never mind. Just a thought. I will ready in case anyone wakes up also.
Where is?
All right. It is the stroke of noon, and we are here with these crates. These vampires are presumably sleeping inside, if Henrik was to be believed. You did not open this crate, but your divine sense, Silas, was telling you that the vampires were up here. So this one supposedly does not have a vampire in it, but all these ones up here do. It would not even be a check to pry open one of these crates, but doing so would awake the vampire inside. So who wants to do the deed?
Might as well smash it open like a piñata.
You could do that, but you got to be standing next to it to do it.
Mm.
You got to pick one.
What's the check? Athletics. Or
It's
strength?
more about positioning yourself. I want everyone to be standing exactly where they're standing when the vampires all bust out and decide to attack. Fancy, you're going to be in the kitchen? Fancy. Joe. Okay, you're going to hang out in the bedroom instead? Fancy is the kid who's always like running like a block behind everybody else, like, wait for me, guys, I'm coming, hold on. Come
Yeah.
on, dude.
But nonetheless, still a valuable member of the team.
All right. Yes. How about I'll move your token for you there. We'll put you in the room. Okay. And with that anticlimactic finally having Fancy catch up with the rest of the team, we will leave it here. I think it's
Right.
we don't want to start a major combat right now with all these vampires. It's going to take at least 45 minutes.
Can you
way
hear
I
me now?
figure it. Yes. Yeah. I couldn't hear you before.
All right. Yeah, I unplugged my microphone, if you can believe it.
I mean,
Yes, I can believe it.
if it's anything like the Shadow
Fancy.
Demon, this won't take too long.
Right.
This is the best group to play with ever.
So we will pick it up next week with you guys on the precipice. It seems like you've done, if you can think of any more preparations that you want to do during the week before kicking the lid off of one of these things and doing battle with the he said there were 6 up here.
I guess I can't use the plus D10 after making a skill or attack roll to add to my initiative, can I?
No, because I
That's
don't
a
even
shame.
think we're technically going to roll initiative this week. We're going to leave it camped out right here.
That's a shame.
So I will recall those cards. Nobody else had any double treasure cards or anything like that. So, all right, and thank you, ladies and jelly spoons, for another fun Monday night. And we will pick up with a big vampire fight next Monday. So look forward to it. Seeing
Yeah.
what you're all 3rd level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
At 1750.
Maybe we should be 4.
I mean, you do outnumber them. If all of you are here next Monday, then that's 7 versus 6. So you have that. Do the vampires get multi-attack though? Yeah, they do. Ooh, this could be tough. So hey, good luck, guys. Take your time to appreciate your characters this week. Say your farewells. Don't leave love unsaid. If you love a character, tell them. You don't know what could happen. And until then, we will see you all next week.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
See you guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks,
One-
everyone.
One whole week of inspirational YouTube songs.
Good night.
All right. Take care, guys.
Guys.